Thanks for joining us again. Today's principle is going to be on the power of journaling. I feel like this is something that is very important for us to talk about because it's such a great way to help ease your mind and calm your body at the start of your day. And Tyler, maybe you can tell us a little bit about some of the power of journaling in actually the business world and how this might affect those listeners today in today's situation.
Sure, Caleb. I'll share maybe a couple of things in both the business world and in my practice with my therapy. One of the things that I encourage my clients to do frequently is as soon as they start treatment, whether they're coming in for trauma or addiction or whatever it is they're coming in for, is I encourage them to start the process of journaling, because there's a power that goes from whatever's going on inside the head and the heart and being able to process it into language and put it out in front of you that allows the body and the brain to move it to different places of the brain and process it and allow ourselves to move through it. And one of the research studies that's really fascinating to me that's been done on this is, you remember the Enron stuff?
Yeah.
Who
doesn't remember the Enron stuff?
Right, exactly. Like, talk about crisis for people, similar to the same types of feelings that a lot of us are feeling right now. What they found with this study is they took a bunch of the middle and top management of companies like Enron when things collapsed, who did not have work, and they were struggling to find work, and they split them into a control group, which was, hey, go out and find your job. And the other group, they had do 20 minutes of free journaling every single day and then go out and find a job. And what they found is that in 30 days, there was a vastly significant difference in the people who had been doing the journaling and having found new employment versus the people who were panicked and just going out and doing their employment. And part of the thought behind it is that the people who took the time to do their emotional hygiene, to actually process their own feelings, were able to show up at a different level of confidence than the person who was in such a panic that they were just out showing up weak and small in their new job interviews. And so the power of journaling allowed these people to make peace with what was going on inside of them, have things calm down a little bit, and then they could show up with a different presence around the people that they were interacting with.
I just think that's so powerful. You know, we talk about this and we think, hey, here we are, a bunch of dentists or in this field, and the power of just writing it down helped them show up. This thing is going to blow over. It'll get better. And how powerful is it for us to be ready and our team members to be ready to show up every day to take care of people? So, Ty, if someone's listening here today and watching us, what is a good exercise that they could do, start today, for journaling?
Pretty simple thing. Some of you are probably already doing this daily, and if you are, good for you. You're already doing something really healthy. Carve out 20 minutes of your day. Find a quiet space. Get yourself a notebook that is specifically designed just to let your feelings flow, and start to get in the habit today of taking 20 minutes to just sit down, let your mind go, and write down whatever comes up.
So by doing this, what's the psychological effect that you think they can benefit from just writing 20 minutes?
20 minutes of time, if you think about it, we'll talk about this in a different part of the series, it's meditative. So it allows us to become actually aware of what's really going on inside of us. It slows us down. It allows us to see how our thoughts and our bodies are connecting to the world around us. And I think what it really does is it allows us to then also process, instead of just in our limbic system, which is the emotional center of our brain that's just trying to keep us alive, which panic operates from, and it pulls us into synthesizing the limbic system and the prefrontal cortex of the brain, which is that part of us that we often like to live our lives by and run our businesses by and make our decisions with. And so it's just helping to bring that back online.
I think something that is just so crucial to what he said there is it allows us to recenter. It allows us to focus. And there's no better time than now that you need to be able to make good decisions every day. You know, what are you going to do with your team? How are you going to keep them engaged? What type of avenues are we going to try to do to make sure that our business is ready to excel at its highest point when this is over? Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in our next tip.